Now, obviously, is my past perfect? Whose is? No one's is. I've definitely apologized for all of my mistakes. If you don't follow me on Twitter or Snapchat or Instagram, you can find everything that you're worried about, or if you've ever had a concern about me. The last few months has been crazy. I'm sitting here and those videos were 12 years ago, and I look at them and I see them resurface, and it just makes me sick to my stomach because I don't know who that person was. I know who I am today. I know exactly the person I am today, but I do not know who that person was. The person that said those horrible, vile things, that person was depressed. That person was just angry at the world. That person felt like they were not accepted. That person was seeking attention. I was someone that loved to seek attention when I was younger. I loved the shock value. I loved fighting anger with anger, and I didn't know any better. And does that make it okay? Absolutely. And let you know that everything that you have seen is so just wrong. It's upsetting, it's nasty. It really makes me sick to my stomach to watch those old videos because what I was saying is not what I represent. I think that racism is a very serious subject, especially in today's world. I'm embarrassed as a person because that is not what I've ever stood for. I am all about self-expression, self-worth, self-love, and I think it's awful that you guys have to see me in that light because I don't ever want that to take away the message that I have always been about. So I want to sit here, and I have talked about this before on MySpace back in the day. I have addressed this on Snapchat. I have talked about this on Twitter in the past, but that is not good enough because for everyone out there that supports me, that believes in me, I owe you the truth and I owe you an apology. I am so sorry for my words. I am so sorry for everything that I've said in my past. I can never turn back time and take those moments away. They happened, I have owned up with them, and I have lived with it for a long time. And every time that they get re-dragged up, it just makes me just sad because I don't know who that person was.
What do people think you did that makes you racist?
So there is a video that went a little crazy on the internet. It was an old drag queen friend of mine in Florida. He would do crazy drag makeup and weird characters, and he was like a comedian and would just say crazy racial humor. Her name was Sherolade.
I remember that.
Do you really?
Yeah. This is back in the day.
Back in the day. And she did a character where she would act ghetto. That's what she said back then with the crazy accent.
How many chalupas?
5 ultimate chalupa.
Well, we don't have ultimate chalupas.
You a damn lie.
She did voiceovers. She would call stores and she could sound like an 80-year-old grandma, and she could also sound like a little child. It was crazy, the voice techniques. One day we did a video together.
I'm angry as hell. I'm about to beat your motherfucking ass.
Well, why didn't you come over here, girl?
We were on the phone, but we're having a fake conversation like it's a skit.
Okay.
So we say some dumb, stupid shit.
Girl, you know damn motherfucking well what you did.
What'd I do?
So we're pretending to be on the phone together, and I say like, oh, you need to go to MAC, and like, if you don't get your like foundation color correct, like I'm gonna throw battery acid on you, girl.
You had split battery acid in my auntie face.
What?
Yes, you did. Don't deny that crap.
Well, maybe if she wasn't wearing the wrong foundation color, I wouldn't have to splash no battery acid. I wanted to lighten her skin tone, girl.
Okay.
Throw battery acid to
lighten your skin.
Got it.
We're saying this as the sixth stupid skit we filmed. And now, 13 years later, it has morphed into Jeffree tells women of color that they need to lighten their skin tone and he's gonna throw acid. And there is a second video that I've never really talked about.
Okay.
So the same drag queen that filmed this footage, and this is from 13 now, this is 13 years ago I think. I was 19, and we are on the streets of Miami on the boardwalk. And there is a bunch of chicks screaming, you fucking faggot, freak, at me. So I turn around and I say some really vicious stuff back.
Shut up, you fucking bitch.
Now, what I've never said before, because I feel like if you try to defend something like racism or saying something really awful, it just doesn't ever work out.
Yeah.
But if you go and find the footage, the people I'm screaming at are Caucasian. Yeah, what I said was racist,
Yeah.
but I wasn't saying it to a person of color. I was saying a horrible, offensive word to cut back at someone calling me something awful. So it's not about race, it's not about any of that. It was just about being an offensive, attention-seeking, angry person.
Yeah.
So instead of laughing at people making fun of me, I was depressed, I was really sad. And that's a whole nother thing. Like, remember I did an apology video. There was a large number of people that said I tried to use depression or certain things like that as an excuse. I was in such a dark place that I would just lash out at people. Not lashing out at women of color, just lashing out at anyone that was talking shit. Fuck you! You know what I mean? So that is the main one of me screaming down the street some horrible shit.
Right.
But that's not who I am. So, but I've also never got to really fully explain it. Is it right? Of course not. It's horrible. And people should learn from my mistakes and never say those things to anyone, doesn't matter what color you are.
Yeah. But for me, I've been on the internet forever. I've said crazy shit. I've played ghetto characters.
Yeah.
I've said crazy shit.
You white people get so scared so quick. Aren't you white? I'm light-skinned, like Vin Diesel.
I've said words I shouldn't have said.